Yes, everyone, welcome back to the Red Divide. I'm Mark, as always, been joined by my Liverpool cousin, unfortunately. Mr. Ray, how's it going?
My boy, always good. Always happy to be on the show with you. Premier League's back. Can't wait. We're playing at home. Always love watching Liverpool at home. When that crowd starts singing, you get goosebumps. It sets that atmosphere, and the boys are going for another 3 points. How you doing?
Yeah, doing pretty good. I guess that applies unless Nottingham Forest are coming to town, then I guess you're not taking the 3 points. But um, yeah, it should be another good one for you this weekend. No jokes. So yeah, let's see. You got Fulham.
We've got Fulham at home. In fairness, Fulham have beaten Newcastle. They beat Newcastle. They drew to Arsenal. They lost 1-0 to United. Don't know how that happened. They beat Forest.
Lost against a really good team. You get it.
Beat Forest. Forest got the double against us. So, at home, I think we're more comfortable. We're more solid. Although our only loss of the season did come at home, quite shockingly. But the lads we had a day off, last week with the weather. Yeah. So we played midweek. We played Tuesday, so we got a bit of rest. And hoping for another 3 points, my cuz. We can keep our position in first place, keep going, making Chelsea honest, making Arsenal honest. Man City probably get a result against you guys. You guys probably drop down to 14th. Yeah, it'll be a great weekend of football.
The old me would say not a chance. Going to the Manchester derby, anything can happen. It's a big rivalry. Form goes out the window, all that good stuff. And although City are absolutely struggling,
big time,
we are no better. We're probably worse off. So it will take one of those miraculous days where things just click for us to beat them. Otherwise, I can see this either being a draw, because both teams from Manchester don't really perform or actually, do anything. Or unfortunately, we come out without any points. That's unfortunately just where we are at this moment in time as a Manchester United fan base. We nothing overly exciting to look forward to. We're still figuring out the way we want to play, and the players are getting used to it. Sometimes it's hard to watch. Other times it'll be a little exciting because you see a bit of interplay and you see a nice goal. And you're like, man, that was great. But majority of it is still, a struggle. We're still trying to put everything together. So
very inconsistent.
It's going to be a rough one.
Even a bad City can beat a United. On their day, they can show up. They were a little bit unlucky against Juventus. I watched most of that match. They could have easily drawn or won that game, but, they didn't. The clear-cut chances and the decision-making in the final third wasn't the best for them. And a little bit unlucky as well. But yeah, this little dip that they're going through reminds me of Liverpool 2 seasons ago, where we also lost like 7-8 games in a row. And then Klopp put Trent into the midfield, and then we just kept on winning. And, we finished 5th, 1 point behind Newcastle, and they went into the Champions League and we played Europa. So they've got a couple of players that have come back from injuries now. So I think they'll come right. I think they'll start finding form. They've proved it time and time again. They lose games and then they just come back and they win the league. But I think this season, they're a little bit too far off. Yeah. I don't know if they're title contenders this season, to be fair.
No, they're too far off of it this season. It'll be between you guys, Arsenal and Chelsea. And my prediction already, Chelsea will overtake the 2 fake red teams and win it. But if the real red team was there, if the Mighty United are there, we'd take it. But you guys are still lightweights. You're going to bottom again.
You're not even the best team in Manchester. Now you're saying that you're the best red team. What's wrong with you? And Eddie and Arnie will be absolutely over the moon that you're saying that their Chelsea will win.
I think they will. Old Palmer's going to carry them to the title.
Palmer, great player, but the rest of the squad's quite strong as well. Their coach, Enzo, keeps on saying that he's got a great squad, but they're still quite young and they're not ready for the title. He could just be playing it down.
It's all mind game.
He could just be all playing it down because at the moment they are flying, So This is it. This is the game that everyone plays. You play mind games, say that you're not in the race, no one's watching you. Before you know it, you're right up there. That's just how it goes. But to be fair, I think they've got a great squad. I think they have a good opportunity to fight for the title this season. As you said, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Yeah, for sure. So you're welcoming Fulham to Anfield. What do you reckon the score's going to be?
Allison's back in the sticks.
Looks like Jota and Chiesa are back in training.
Yeah, so Jota has been training, and so has been Chiesa. Jota wasn't fit enough to start or even get a subs. He didn't even come off the bench against in the Champions League. But Chiesa, he's been trying to find fitness because when he came to us, he had zero fitness. But he keeps on getting either small little niggly injuries or, he falls ill. So I'm hoping to see Jota come back, even if it's for like 25 minutes. We need him. Darwin's struggling for goals at the moment. And Chiesa, I'd like to see him playing more, but where does he play? He's not going to take Gakpo or Diaz or Salah's spot. So, yeah, we'll probably only see him in, maybe the EPL Cup or maybe the FA Cup. Maybe once we've qualified for the Champions League, he might get a couple of games. So, yeah, I'd like to see what he's made of, but I don't see him taking any of the starters' positions. So, yeah, it'll be hard.
I mean, he's got to play himself back into form, right? So, it just needs time. Make a few sub appearances, maybe play a game that's like an extra game in a Carling or Carabao Cup or FA Cup. And then if he plays himself into form, he'll start, playing more and more in the Premier League first team and Champions League.
So he started for the under-21s. He played like 65 minutes was at the beginning of the week. Try and get some minutes under his belt. But yeah, I'd definitely like to see him playing more. But like I said, I can't see him taking anyone else's spot. If you look back at the World Cup, what he did with Italy, man, he almost won the World Cup on his own. I'd like to see that player again. You know what I'm saying? He was absolutely dangerous. Then he had that injury, and he's never quite, found the same type of form.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping under Arne Slot's guidance and playing, with the quality players around him, that he can, rekindle that form and, be that player that we all know he can be.
Yeah, I can't wait for Arne Slot to have to start making some real plans with the team, some moves. Either has to make some acquisitions and buy more players, or to get rid of players and swap them out and actually really start, managing that team. Because right now you have to give a lot of credit to Klopp. That's Klopp's team. And they have a lot of unity together. They have a lot of chemistry. So I think that goes a long way. And they have, probably a decent coach in Slot. He's just adding the finishing touches, but you got to see when you guys maybe don't win a couple games in a row, and if it comes down to having to get rid of a player, or there's a player that decides he wants to leave and it causes issues, just face a real little bit of adversity in that team, then see what his management style is like and what he can do. But for now, smooth sailing, good for him, and yeah, good for your team, I guess. I say that with a bit of tongue in cheek, but yeah, whatever, man. So yeah, you say you're going to win this weekend.
Yeah, you finally come to your senses. It's taken you a long time, my cuz, but finally you've come to your senses.
What did I say?
What didn't you say? You're just talking good about Liverpool today. You obviously want a Christmas present or something.
Just said no, good for him, and I guess good for you guys, because that's what you want, right? I personally hope that you don't win another game ever again. But hey, that's life.
Yeah, I guess we all have dreams that never come true. So it's just one of them. But yeah, he's doing great, and I agree. He did inherit a good team. The boys have a winning mentality. They've been playing together for many years. He did get rid of a lot of fringe players, a lot of youngsters that Jurgen Klopp deemed, to stay in the squad as utility players. And he's trimmed down the squad quite a lot. But I also look forward, to the day where he brings in acquisitions, to see what type of players he brings in and how they fit in with the squad. But yeah, you're very much right. It is a Jurgen Klopp squad, and he's obviously just put his finishing touches onto it. And let's just continue winning. Let's not talk about, losing games consecutively, and let's just be positive. Positive thoughts, positive outcome, my cuz.
I agree. Be positive about United then.
Well, I guess the United fans need to be positive first and foremost. They need to start believing again before anyone else does.
Yeah, we're going to see something on the pitch for us to start believing because, yeah, it's been rough. It's been tough going, tough to watch. And yeah, who knows? We'll have to see how it goes against the Citizens. Probably be half empty stadium again, as it always is. And yeah, that is what it is. Let's see, man. We really need the win. Then again, we're so far off, it doesn't matter. Even if it matters anymore, that's how ridiculous it is. That's where our season is. It's in the bin. So yeah, man. Of course, I always want to beat City. Always want to beat Liverpool. Always want to beat Arsenal. But right now, we're in effect finding mission right now, trying to figure out what's what, who's best in this position, and who can play that style and that way. And yeah, we have a long way to go. So I just want to see a decent showing. Pretty sad.
Yeah, I hear you, but like we said, new manager, new background staff, players that don't necessarily fit his formation. He's going to need time. Just be patient. Be happy with like a 16th position finish and
Shut
right
up.
off the season, and start afresh next year.
This guy, 16th. Jeez. Yeah, we
So
still
what's
need
your score
Europe.
prediction?
We still need Europe, so we got to find a way. Um, I'm going to go with
2-1 City.
either 2-1 City. That's exactly what I was going to say. The 2-1 City. And if we're lucky, we'll nick a draw, but likely 2-1 City.
Yeah, I was also thinking 2-1 City. They're not necessarily playing well at the minute. But I think, that squad's been together long enough. They have enough experience and they're playing at home, even though they're going through a bit of a dip in form. Yeah, I reckon maybe a 2-1 or a 3-1 to City.
Mm.
What do
Yeah,
you reckon about Fulham? Liverpool, Fulham.
I think Fulham are going to go there and smash you guys 3-1.
Oh man, you say this every week and you're wrong every week.
No,
Realistically, what do you reckon?
no. On a serious note, I think you guys will. It'll be a tough game, eh? It could also be a draw. No jokes. Yeah, they played against Arsenal. They played well,
They played decent.
so it can be a draw. They didn't play now midweek. You guys did, so that might help them. So yeah, I'm going to go with the draw. Actually, I'm going to go with the 2-2.
2-2 draw. Fair enough. They did have some extra rest this week. But then again, we didn't play on the weekend and they did. So, it kind of cancels out a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to go with a 3-1 win. I think after this week's performance, Tuesday's performance, we didn't really play well. I think the boys are going to pull up their socks, playing at home, coming into the festive season. They've got a point to prove. So I reckon 3-1.
Let's see. Let's hope it's my score that ends up coming to fruition, not yours. Anyway.
We can only hope. For you, not for me. Well, that's a wrap for the Premier League preview, lads and ladies. Please tune in for the next episode. Peace.
See you on the next episode. Ciao.